Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're watching this in the world. I hope you guys are doing okay. So today, I wanted to talk about a couple gripes that I have with ranked. And one of them is going to be a major gripe that I think a lot of people have with Tekken 8. It's probably a gripe that people have with fighting games in general, but it seems to be a massive issue on Tekken 8, at least in my experience. You guys can let me know in the comment section if you agree or disagree. And then there's going to be two quality of life changes that I want to discuss that we'll talk about at the end of the video. But I want to start with the big one. And the big one is about cheaters on Tekken 8, specifically people that are plug-in, rage quit, and whatever you want to call it. There has been this issue occurring in Tekken since Tekken 7. It might have even been in Tekken Tag 2, but I know it was a big thing in Tekken 7. And that was people boosting, and that was people basically cheating their way to the higher ranks. You would get the game on day 1, and on day 1 you would see people at Tekken God, which is just ridiculous because those ranks are very hard to obtain, and it is not something that you do in one day. It's just not. Even for the top players, it's not something that you can obtain in one day. And yet you'd see people there, and for the longest time on Tekken 7 there was never really anything done about it. There was no way to punish these people because of the way Tekken 7 was built. Effectively, Namco couldn't do anything to them. Well, they made a promise to us saying that in Tekken 8 this wasn't going to be the case, and unfortunately right now it is exactly what we're seeing. Now the reason I'm making this video is, one, I'm a little bit annoyed about my experience last night, and so I wanted to share it with you guys and see if you're experiencing the same thing. And two, it's just like, it kind of kills the experience for everybody involved. For people that are trying to actually learn the game and enjoy ranked and get some footage for their YouTube channels, much like what I was trying to do yesterday, it kind of kills the experience for us. So there's a couple of things I want to discuss with regards to people that are rage quitting and people that are cheating, and then you guys let me know what you think in the comments. So the first thing is that there is no penalty in place for people that pull the plug. So yesterday it happened 12 times to me, which is why I'm making this video. 12 times in one sitting. And in that one sitting, I was playing for about an hour and a half. 12 times. Now I uploaded some of it to my Twitter, and I've got some of it in my YouTube videos. You might see some of it in the background here. I'm not entirely sure what video is showing right now when I go to edit. If you look through my videos of Tekken 8, I have so many people rage quitting on me. It's actually unreal, and it's not like I'm Anakin or something. I'm not God's gift to Tekken. I'm just trying to make my way through ranked. Now sometimes these people may have the unfortunate instance of their router disconnects or their cat jumps and spills water all over their PlayStation. I don't know. I know sometimes it can happen. It happened to me once. My Ethernet cable came unhinged. It came unhooked on my PlayStation and I disconnected whilst I was around down. So it looked like I rage quit, which I understand it can happen for some people. But majority of the time, when you've got someone down to the last game, last sliver of health, and it suddenly cuts, it's because they've plugged. They've pulled the plug out. They've shut the console down. They've closed the application. And there's no penalty in place. So this is what I'm proposing. And I know there's going to be pros and cons to this. If you plug, if you rage quit, you should only get 3 chances. What do I mean by that? So if you penalize somebody straight away, it might be down to a Wi-Fi issue, and if you penalize them too hard, you might actually turn them away from playing the game, and that's not what we want to do. We don't want to get people that are legitimately playing but just having internet issues turned away from the game. Now what I would say is that if your internet issues are persisting and you're still playing the game, that is then a you problem. We can let you off once, we can let you off twice. If it happens a third time, sort your internet out before you come online. It's really that simple. And what I think should happen is, after the third time of this happening, a warning should be sent to the player, and what it should say is that if you disconnect from the next game for whatever reason, specify for whatever reason, then you're going to lose X amount of points and your player is going to gain X amount of points, whatever that might be, whatever they might distribute to the player that has been offended against and the offender. I don't know exactly. It should probably just be whatever the winner was going to get in the first place and whatever you were going to get taken from you. Because one thing that is really irritating is that yesterday, I think I could have cleared the blue ranks. I think I could have gone past Fujin, Raijin, and whatever the other rank is. I'm pretty sure I could have cleared them because all the people that rage quit on me were in blue ranks, and you're looking at about 400 to 800 points per fight. I'm pretty sure if I do the maths on that, I'd be close to clearing blue ranks, or I would have cleared them, and yet I'm still stuck here at Fujin. And one of the most annoying things is that I will be playing these people and they'll plug on me and I won't get anything for it, and then I'll go up against somebody else and they'll beat me. You know, fair play to them, they beat me, whether I think they're better than me or not, and I just messed up. They earn their points, they take them from me, so effectively I'm the only one losing out here. Now I know it's just a game, it's not a big deal. You know, we're gonna go outside, we're gonna touch grass before anyone starts any of those silly comments again. But the point is that when you're playing a game, you want it to be an enjoyable experience. Now, one of my gripes with ranked, which was a personal gripe, which was about people leaving after the first game. That's just a personal thing. I feel entitled to have the entire set played, but that's just something that I want. But I think objectively, when you're breaking the rules of the game, then Namco should be doing something about it. Now, I don't really care, to be honest with you, if you don't penalize the player, but I do think you should reward the person that's had the foul committed against them. In my case, I think that when they plug against me, or at least in my mentality, in my mind at that time, I'm like, I don't really care what happens to this person. Don't waste my time though. Give me my points. It's very frustrating, especially in Tekken where it's shark infested water. And you know your next match could potentially be a demotion match. You know your next match you could go up against a character you have no idea what to do against. I think that there should be some sort of measures in place to reward people that are trying to play honestly. I know that in doing that, you could get people that are boosting because they could find a way to find their friends and then have them rage quit and just farm points. So I know there could be cons with that. I know people are very, very crafty when it comes to cheating on Tekken, and that's one of the other things I want to talk about. There are a lot of people on here, and I think I actually experienced this once, but I didn't speak about it, and I don't want to show the player because this might actually just be them being very skillful. Now, I did end up beating the player. It was a Raven player. Every time I'd go for a low, he would parry it. Every time I'd go for low, he'd perfectly block it. He would perfectly sidestep things. And I was thinking to myself, what the hell is going on? Now, I went on to beat him eventually. It was kind of like he was dominating the whole match, but he made one little mistake. And I don't know if his script messed up or if he was trying to play the game to make it look like he wasn't doing it and then turning the script on. But essentially in Tekken 7, and I believe in Tekken 8, they have these macros and these scripts where the game will read where the opponent is going to attack and then it will react accordingly, so you can't mix them up. You'll get Mishima players that are doing perfect electric wing godfist consistently and you're like, wow, is this player just really, really skillful or is there something else going on here? Now the reason that I don't call it out is because I just don't know. There was a match that I played with Kazuya, and I'm not good with Kazuya as you guys have seen on here, and in that round I hit every single perfect. Every single perfect. Now it might look like I was using a macro, but for whatever reason I just managed to land it even though my execution is not great. So I never called it out at the time, but I know it's definitely something that happens and it's very frustrating and it makes it kind of fraudulent when you look at the leaderboards. I've earned my Fujin rank, but I've definitely been hard done because I should be a higher rank than what I am now. One, because I don't leave games and so I end up losing some points because I already know I'm going to go up against somebody that might beat me, but I'm there to learn, which is a personal choice. I'm not trying to put that on anybody else. But the flip side of that is that when I'm winning, like I played a Nina player for example, it might be in this video, and I was one hit away and that would have given me an extra 400 points and they quit. So my rank is not really reflective of my skill level, I don't think anyway. I should be beyond Fujin, but because Tekken doesn't have a system in place to reward players like me, I'm stuck at this rank now. Or not stuck, I'm going to get out of it, but it's a little bit annoying to be playing the game for about an hour and a half and you should have really gone up and you're stuck there. It kind of kills the experience for people that are just trying to have a good time and you're breaking the rules of the game. So I do think that they should do something with that. So that aside, there is two other little things I wanted to bring up, and that is just quality of life things. Now, I've been trying to find things to nitpick on this game because I like doing little rant videos. I like to say, oh, I don't like this and I don't like that. It's very, very difficult in Tekken 8. Now, I'm not going to talk about anything offline because I haven't really spent much time in offline outside of character customization and story mode. I haven't gone into arcade lobby. I haven't really used the Tekken lounge outside of trying to find my friends. So I'm not going to comment on those too much, but in ranked, I do have two little nitpicks that I want to bring up. They're not massive deals. Like I said, I've been nitpicking because Namco has really given us a peak product. And despite what I've said about the cheaters and the people farming points and stealing points and whatever, ranked has really been an overwhelmingly positive experience. I can't stress enough how good this game is, and you can really see how much love and attention has gone into it. But one thing I'd like to see is the replay feature is really, really cool. But one thing I've noticed myself doing is that I'll be playing ranked and I'll be swept up in the moment, and the set will finish and I'll go straight into the next set. And I think what would be really, really nice for them to do is to add the replay feature into the online ranked. So what I mean by that is that when the ranked match is finished, it has standby or go to next opponent or go to main menu. I think they should add in there watch replay and just jump right in, because it'd be really good. And I know this is lazy and this is very, very entitled. I'm fully aware of that, but really good to just jump in there and just look at what did I do wrong here, what did I do wrong there, I know that you can just go into your replays and do it, but I think it's just like an ease of use thing, a quality of life change where I don't have to go back into the main menu and then go into the replay. It's there for me to use. That's something that I'd really like to see. That's a very, very minor nitpick. I know it's not a big deal. If they don't add it in, it's not going to decrease the score of the game. It's just a quality of life thing for lazy people like me. And the other thing that I'd really, really like to see, well, this is sort of 2-in-1, is because death matches are gone, and I think death matches were great for learning against people that you're unfamiliar with or learning matchups. I would like to see friendly rematch as an option, much like Mortal Kombat 1 has when the ranked match is finished. I understand why they got rid of death matches. I understand why people were against it, because you can boost on there. You can run into your friend and then you can just play them and play them and play them and basically farm points and go up to Tekken God without doing much work. So I get why they removed it, but they should definitely have a feature where you can go and play a friendly match with this person instantaneously without having to leave the lobby or leave the ranked set and just play from there, because then you can kind of have death matches without the worry of losing your points. So if anything, you might even play better. I know that people have a bad habit of going into ranked and following a flowchart because they're trying to get their points. When points aren't on the line, maybe you can relax a little bit, you can try things out, learn things, and then obviously you'll have the replay feature there as well if you guys want to pause and go over something. I think that'll be really good. I know that's kind of a big ask, and again, it's not a massive deal if they don't add it in. It's not going to turn me off the game. It's just something that I thought of. And one other little thing that I'd like to see is that when I lose the first round, for example, or they lose the first round, I think they should have the option to change the stage. The point of them changing the ranked online to no longer have death matches and for it to be best of 3 is that it was meant to replicate a tournament feel. At least that's what I got from it. And one thing you can do in tournament is that when you lose the match, you can change stages, because some stages heavily benefit certain characters. For example, if you go up against Lars and he starts juggling you, if the Lars player is competent, you are more than likely going to be at the wall. If you're playing against Lars on that stage, the arena stage, the underground one that has the exploding walls, you're pretty much always going to be exploding on that wall. Pause. So I think it would be nice if you lost the match, you're able to switch over to another stage. That would replicate a tournament feel a little bit more, I think. And those are really just my minor nitpicks of ranked. The big one really is cheating. It's very, very frustrating. I'd like to know what you guys think. I've had so many disconnects now that it's actually a bit annoying. It's gotten to the point now where I know that if I end the match in a rage drive or a rage art, whatever it's called, a super attack, I know they're going to quit. I know they're going to quit. I've been sitting there watching my rage art go on and they've quit halfway, and it's just like, come on, man. I think they should be allowed to quit if they want. It's their game, it's their money, but I don't think that we should have to suffer for it. And when I say suffer for it, I mean wasted time. It's a waste of time. The whole point in playing ranked is to rank up. I want that nice shiny title. I want to be able to say to my friends, yeah, I'm at Tekken God rank. That shit was earned and it's difficult. And again, it's not the end of the world, you know. It's not, if they don't do it, it's whatever. I'm still going to play the game, but it would be nice. It would be a nice quality of life change. And I think that these rage quitters, they can do whatever they want and they can quit the game, and that's up to them. That's their prerogative. If they can't control their emotions and act like an adult, then fine. But I don't think we should also be penalized for it as well. And then obviously cheaters with the boosters and those, I don't know what they're going to do with those people and how they're going to tackle it. Honestly, I don't care too much that people are boosting if it's not impeding me. And what I mean by that is, as long as you're not in the match using a script where I can't fight you because your character is blocking everything and you're just going on the leaderboards and boosting your rank, I don't think I care too much. But I understand why people would, because maybe people genuinely want to become the #1 ranked player and they want to do it for YouTube content, but they can't because there's a bunch of boosters in the way that have maxed out everything. So that's my subjective opinion on it. Obviously it would be nice if they just got rid of all of that shit, but let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. This is something that was very, very jarring in Tekken 7 and I don't want to see it back in Tekken 8 because it's going to ruin an otherwise brilliant experience. Like I said, most people I come across online, it's been good. It was really last night where I was like, what the hell is going on? It was constant. If you guys could see my group chat, it was over and over again to the point where they were like, Mike, give it up, just go to bed. And I went to bed and that was it. And I'm still Fujin rank and I shouldn't be. So there's my rant for the day, guys. But I've got some other videos coming out soon. So I hope you guys are okay. Hope you guys are good. Let me know what you think in the comment section below and I'll catch you very soon. Take care and peace.